Rain. It's not an infrequent visitor to Paris, but the tempo of rain as winter arrives is different. It is slower than the fierce, almost tropical thunderstorms of summer, or the playful, teasing interludes in spring, or even the deep winter biting heaviness. Can you hear it? Welcome to Living in Detail. Today I want to explore the signs of winter that arrive in Paris with the changing of the seasons. If you are in the southern hemisphere, I hope for you a time now of unfurling and blooming as the summer arrives. But for those of us in the northern hemisphere, it's a time to go inward, to slow down, which can be challenging at a time when everything around us seems to be speeding up towards the end of the year. Things at work get busier, the holidays arrive with all those expectations. But as the weather gets colder, I think it's an opportunity for us to slow down and observe more, remember where we are in this very moment. Before I get into that, however, I have to take all this off because I'm absolutely freaking boiling. One of the first indicators of winter in Paris is the turning on of the central heating in the apartments. And when the heat goes on, it becomes like summer inside the apartment. So I have to bundle up like this to go outside, but inside I'm frequently in short sleeves. And as the winter progresses and it gets colder outside, it will get hotter inside my apartment. For the moment though, I can live with just taking off my scarf, taking off my jacket, taking off my sweater. I do not mean this for this to be a striptease, but voila. So, now we can get into the couple of signs of winter in Paris. And as I mentioned, the first one is central heating. In older buildings, the syndicat, or managing organization, decides when the radiators kick in. We don't get a notice or anything. Just one day, we'll hear knocking and clanging against the pipes, and quickly open the valve to force the hot water up from below and releasing any pent-up gas that may have gotten trapped during the months out of use. Just remember to close this valve again, or you'll have a flood of hot water on your hands. But despite the winter coziness inside the apartment, you don't want to stay inside all the time when you live in Paris. One of the reasons to be in Paris is to be outside. The city is just far too magnificent. And it's outside on the streets that you notice the second indication that winter is here. Around April, all of the restaurants and bars will start building terraces on the street, taking up parking spaces. As summer ends and winter begins, all of those wooden terraces have to be removed. All of these terraces where you shared wine and delicious food and laughter with your friends all summer, slowly being dismantled. All this dismantling can make you feel a little lost, like a bird who's lost its direction. But never fear, there's food to guide you to the next step into winter. In France, of course, food is an indicator of the season, and the markets are full of root vegetables to indicate the change in the weather. Additionally, if you noticed in the bistros, there is something new on the menu. It's velouté, or soup. It keeps you warm, and supposedly it's easy to make. I've collected a variety of soups in my cabinet over the years, but I never cook them all, so I end up at the beginning of a winter having leftovers from the previous season. Let's hope that the expiry date is not too far gone. But which one to choose for today? Now you know 3 indications that winter is here in Paris. Central heating turned on, terraces dismantled, soup in the restaurants and in your own kitchen to keep you warm. The winter will continue to progress, it'll get colder, the Christmas decorations will come out, and then the darkness will settle. For now, we still have the changing colors in the leaves to help transition into the darker months. I entreat you, take a moment to breathe. I wish you a graceful entry into winter, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bisous.